I remember as well. I was looking at Nate Hill a while back in another Dreamhack broadcast, and he was hitting some insane sniper shots. So looks like he's keeping that consistency up. He's landing those shots that are required to get those eliminations. But speaking a bit about the first game where you got a lot of eliminations, like you were just talking about, to add on to that, we actually had the two players, Knight and Shark, have insane first games, but later on they kind of didn't have the best matches. But it looks like Nate Hill and Funk here are just stomping through this lobby. How to stay aware and maintain that high ground, it can be very powerful, especially if you have the materials required to keep up with the players applying pressure from down below.
Yeah, and you see here, lurking in the backside of the storm, he's going to be able to pick up an elimination there. Ultimately, though, he's got to be careful because he's not in that safe zone. The storm is ticking away at his HP, and you can see them. They do have control of the high ground now, but need to be careful because you see he notices a player behind him looking to try to take it off of him. The build fight then breaks out, and it looks like we're in a creative 1v1 now rather than a battle royale endgame. Ultimately, I think that player did opt to drop down, realize it wasn't worth fighting for, and now Nate from above is going to be able to rain havoc down on the rest of this lobby.
24 eliminations right now on this duo. They could have an incredible match here. Looking for a 30 bomb if they can keep this up. They have enough ammo. Nate has a Scar, which is very good at epic assault rifle to just continue applying pressure. But the zone pulls far. They're gonna have to tarp ahead a little early here, but they have to be careful because people could try and contest it still, although there's only 7 opponents alive. So if they play this well, 11, it looks like they're gonna be taking a dub in the first match.
The win isn't necessarily what the question mark is. The question mark is how many more eliminations can they get, because there are still a couple more players left.
Exactly. Knowing that the victory royale there, that top one only gives you 6 points and each elimination is 5. So they're gonna have to play a little more aggressive here to secure as many points as possible in this first match. 27 eliminations, 1v2 situation right now. All they have to do is clean that up, and there we go. 28 elimination first game. With the confidence they've been playing, I mean, maybe they just want 2 eliminations instead of 1 here. 11 boxing up his opponent, 155 with the Dragon's Breath, finishes it off with the AR. Now 1v2 situation alongside the solo that is still alive. Pumps his opponent there, maybe looking for a refresh, but be careful, only 30 builds. If he gets boxed here, it could look quite risky.
Yeah, I think he really wanted to get the body from that, because I think he saw it drop down into that tarp, but not able to achieve anything out of it. Picking up another elimination, I think now he will try go for it. And I respect the risk, because he gets the mats, he can probably just crank all the way up now. No more bouncers left, so he will have to spend some mats to be able to get back to heart. A decent amount achieved, right? Obviously, he was way more than what he was working with before, and so at this point now, they're just going to be able to hold it out. Picking up another refresh there, they will just be able to hold out for the rest of this game, and it does not look like anybody's really going to cause them any issues up here on the high ground. And so this is going to be, once again, a matter of how many eliminations can we finish this one out with. 8 players left in this lobby. They get another elimination, and they're going to be looking for more here. Tom doing a great job so far, picking up so many LMs and looking to do even more, looking to try get the piece control here, gets the wall, puts the cone down in that box, looking for the tactical shotgun shots to connect as well. Needs to be careful, doesn't want to get picked off, but doing such a great job so far.
Absolutely. They're just maintaining this high ground. We could see 72 Hours got the refresh, got the materials, and now they'll be able to hold off all the way to the end if they play this correctly, securing that victory royale. But like we said before, eliminations give so much points here. They just want to secure as many elims as possible alongside the victory. Looking for some tactical shots here. Manages to get 1 knock. Now it's a 1v2 situation here.
Yeah, and in the 1v2, where they've dominated the high ground for so long in this lobby, it is now them on the receiving end, but it doesn't even matter because they're going to just go right up.
Which is a crazy statistic to have, but now running low on mats, he's going to have to showcase that skill in this box fight that he's going to get himself into. Does not land the charge shot, but he's going to have another opportunity there. Manages to secure 1 elimination, now putting himself in another 1v2 situation here. Tried going for a bouncer play for height, although it got blocked. 7 HP and falls to the storm, but a top 3 finish. I believe 3 eliminations there. It's not bad. If you can consistently do that. Sorry, I was laughing at that fact. 72 hours equals 4,320 minutes. Great job here from the analytics team, bringing us the best statistics we can have, but great knock actually completely lasered that opponent with his assault rifle here. And look at 72 hours just going in with that aggression, trying to secure as many eliminations as possible. We know how important these elims are in this end game, because just getting the placement, just getting the victory royales is not enough to qual. I learned that firsthand, and trust me, you gotta go.
It can be so easy to do so. So props to these guys. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Tom right now. Really getting aggressive, looking to try and pick any player off that is caught lacking in any sort of way, as well as being able to just maintain the height incredibly well, right? Ultimately, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop anybody who is a potential threat to their high ground, and now spoiling out all that loot there. Oh my goodness, I wish they could get a bit of that. And then look, you see, no, oh wait, that's great. Hart has a harpoon, and so they will be able to get that loot. This is the difference between like this game and the last game we watched, right? Last game, they got a bunch of eliminations. They couldn't always get the loot out of it, but with Hart, with that harpoon, he's gonna be able to just fish out things all day long, right? Any elimination they get, as long as it's within range, they can pull out so much loot, so many mats, and just maintain this high ground for the rest of this game.
Exactly. And are we seeing this aim from Tom right now? He was just hitting all the shots he needs to secure these eliminations. Already has 6 elims. Absolutely crazy at getting even more tags here. I believe Hart actually secured that elimination. Now a total of 9 elims on the duo here, looking like a 2v2 or maybe 2v1v1 might be able to get this victory royale almost guaranteed here. They both have the high ground. I believe that's not even a duo on there, although it might be. So they just have to play it good, wait for them to get up and try and contest them and just get that victory royale. And there it is. The high ground team knows they're not happy that they dropped them, so now they're getting a lot of pressure applied to them. But Colazzo's trying to find a new layer that's not too congested, but also maybe able to secure an elimination, and that's 30 tags. Manages to find one, doesn't go for the materials, instead continues tarping ahead using old builds, which was a good idea to stay safe.
Sweep up on the low ground, right? There are players below them. Anybody on their layer though is going to have a hard time. You see them giving that player a hard time, and they're going to be able to collect up his materials as well, which will sort of sustain them for just that bit longer.
Exactly, and now that pressure is coming down from the high ground. They don't have too many more mats to work with, but what a shot coming from Colazzo. They're refreshing his materials, getting him that siphon HP, using minis to top it off. But now I believe it's a 2v2 with the bottom and height, and there is some duos staggering around since there is 5 players alive. So we'll have to see how they play this out. Looking for the full low ground. They might have found a solo there in a box, but right now it's all up to them to just find a refresh or a little bit of material so they don't get that pressure from the high ground. But it's going to be very difficult. Colazzo using floppers here to tank zone. Levin, this is not going to be easy to win.
Yeah, he's trying to play the off-heel here, and maybe it's work. He's going to have to wish and pray here that the players above don't have much HP, but that is looking very unlikely. Maybe, though, it's possible because that player was pushing him, and it was because he had no health. And so with that, Colazzo wins the game. The floppers come in.
I don't believe it, Levin. That was very well played from Colazzo there. He literally did the best. I mean, I think it was the best idea at the best situation he could do there, which is wait it out, heal off with the floppers. He's not going to win a 1v2 without shield and barely any HP, so there's kind of no point in fighting that. He waits in storm. Possibly the opponents will not have that much health to work with, and then he'll win the heal off. And that's exactly what happened. A great way to secure that victory royale. And we actually go back to Pigot and Alish, who I believe just eliminated Ronaldo, who's playing with Mr. Savage, if I'm not mistaken. A little EU on NA collaboration here, but Pigot and Alish playing it aggressive with that Dragon's Breath shotgun 116 on his opponent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the real Ronaldo, but still, I went to check myself because I was thinking maybe, yeah, they did pick up Ronaldo, but I don't think that was Ronaldo. Regardless though, right, back to these guys. They are on a tear, it seems. Look, rolling through the rest of this lobby. Considering how good it seemed they were doing, this lobby isn't the most stacked, so this is actually going to be really good for them to both be up at this stage with a bunch of resources available to them. It looks like they should be able to clean out this one with the victory royale. How many eliminations do they have in the top right? It looks like they have 24, so a bit of a W key game here. Going to be a large amount of points to amass, especially on the fact that they're on 324. I believe the projections currently are around like 470, right? 480,
correct,
maybe even more. So yeah, it's not going to be easy whatsoever now. And so let's see how things play out here for them. Look, it's going to be a matter of maybe just dropping down the force in some sort of an elim. Oh my goodness, Savage, you are a bad man. He picks up that elimination there and going to continue to drop down and provide absolute carnage on the rest of the lobby.
Absolutely. Manages to take down one. People are just getting knocked left and right around Savage here. We have Ronaldo staying on the high ground while Savage is down low, looking for these eliminations, looking for these players that are without materials, without HP, just trying to secure as many as possible. But it looks like the high ground got taken. They do manage to drop him down, though, and that's it. Actually places a bouncer, saving himself from the fall damage, but they do come out on top. Savage and Ronaldo get that victory royale to clear out this end game. Only 6 players alive right now, although he does not have a lot of materials. He could get some eliminations here from the third party. They do knock him down with a rocket launcher, though, so now he's got to use his splashes and see if he can find an elimination here. 4 players alive. Not sure if it's duos or solos, but he gets one 1v1 situation now. He has the materials he needs. The high ground has an RPG trying to drop him down with the harpoon. Goes for attack shot, lands one, doesn't land the second, and gets eliminated top 2.
Yeah, now you can see looking for potential angles where they can maybe find some more eliminations. A player does drop down into their box, and they actually probably will be able to close this one out. Yep, NAE does pick up the elim. Did get a bit scary for a second, right, as his HP gets dropped down rather low, but ultimately still going to be able to get a position where they can now bounce her in. And so
of kind of situations you have to overcome to conserve those materials, or you could just get a bunch of refreshes and use all the mats in the world. But Funk Bomb actually just got cracked here, I believe, from the high ground team, so NAE might have to take over the tarp, but they're actually contesting height. Might be able to take it here, although they don't have a lot of materials, so I don't know if this is the best time to take high ground. But NAE lands a snipe, gets a knock as well. What a huge frag for NAE here. Let's see if he can take the high ground, though, using splashes to tank zone. Funk manages to secure it, and that snipe might have just been the victory royale, Evan.
And he got that elimination onto Rojo. That's the second place at the Fortnite World Cup that he just took out there with a great snipe. He ultimately goes down to the zone, but Funk now in a position to potentially win this one out. If Funk can win this game, that snipe will be the determining factor, really. A 1v1 here for Funk Bomb, and he hits the shot. He connects, picks up the victory royale.
But here you have it. They held first place the entire day, fully and frisked with 664 points, 420 elimination points. Incredible performance right there. Animal and Uzi are going to be in second place, actually kind of coming out from nowhere. We have Clutch and Assassin in third place, Durant and Leggetian in fourth, and then Snood and Chinkins, who got